Hi, Sophia here. You know what I hate? When people give you a label based on your appearance. I don't hate labels themselves. In fact, giving yourself a label can help you make friends with certain people like you. But it's different when you're not choosing your own label. If you're a nerd and literally the only thing you like is sci-fi and whatnot, then go ahead and label yourself as a nerd, you nerd. But just like everything in life, there is a good and a bad to labels. I personally dislike getting classified as a certain thing based on my appearance. I remember this time in my Spanish class where this dude was trying to get my attention for whatever, and he didn't know my name, so he asked the girl next to me, "Hey, what's the goth girl's name?" And I was like, "What? I'm not goth!" In my head, of course. I was pretty salty about that the whole day. I could understand why he called me goth, though. I pretty much only wear black clothes, but I can't help it. Black is just so comfy. Plus, I wear pretty much the same hoodies every day. But I can't buy 200 different hoodies. Come on. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. It's not that I had a problem with goth people or anything. In fact, I think goth people are pretty cool. But I like other things too that aren't considered goth. And it just upset me that he called me something based on the clothes I wear. Back to the topic. The problem with labels is that people classify you with certain stereotypes of that label. If you're labeled as a jock because you like sports, you'll also be stereotyped as a dumb person because all jocks are dumb, and liking sports and being dumb are the only things people will think of you as. But what if you like science or art too? Well, screw that, you're a jock. You can't possibly like those things. That's what I feel like labels are. You can't like or be anything else besides that label. It just seems really unfair to me. As humans, I feel like it's pretty uncommon to only like a few certain things. We're complex and we like all sorts of different things. I don't like having to pick a label to fit in, and I don't like that society labels a person based on what they look like or enjoy. However, I'm aware that saying this is actually kind of hypocritical, since even I sometimes label people when I first see them. In fact, I think everyone does it, whether they mean to or not. Humans have been categorizing things from the very beginning so that they're easier to understand. But it's important to keep in mind that humans are much more complex than things like fruits or vegetables. We're actually kind of bad at categorizing those too, though. There's just more to people than their style, and labeling people actually has negative impacts since you're automatically making assumptions about that person that might not be true. Liking lots of things makes you unique and beautiful, and everyone deserves to be known for more than just a label they're given. When people see me, I want them to think of me as Sophia, because I'm Sophia and I like lots of different things. Actually, to be honest, I'm pretty bad at remembering names myself, so I don't blame people if they don't know what my name is. In fact, it would actually be kind of creepy if someone did know my name before we even spoke. Still, I think you shouldn't feel pressured to choose a label for yourself just to fit in. Be you, like the things you like, and if you don't know what to label yourself as, then you don't need to label yourself as anything, 'cause you're fine just the way you are.